What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Looks like we got Wimpkin hot. We're going to pop smoke there. On Twitter, YouTube, everywhere else looks pretty good. People are starting to crawl in right now. We're going to reset the clock just a little bit more. Give everyone some time to come on since I am a couple minutes late. Donald Trump is speaking. Huge crowd. I don't think he's on yet. We might pop in and say hello. There's a lot to talk about tonight. See about getting Donald Trump live a little bit here. Nothing wrong with that. We're awaiting Donald Trump to take stage. That is the official line. And looks like he is... There's a lot of people there. A lot of people there. Folks, you can go over to the Dumb Show, thedumbshow.com, pick yourself up some shirts, some hats, some coffee. My coffee guy's going on leave here on Thursday. Go get it hooked up. All veteran made, amazing, beautiful coffee. Light roast, dark roast, Colombian roast. There is a honey and caramel mix, FJB brand. It's all good. It's all good coffee, man. It's outstanding. I was out for the last 2 days, so it's been killing me. Donald Trump is going to take stage soon. There is a shit ton of people there. 60,000 people. Maybe not 60 yet. I think they're going to get there, though. Looks to be about, I don't know, 80% full, so at least 45. And once, I think it'll continue to get packed in there. It's incredible. Huge. We'll see if we can take a few minutes and go on over there. I want to talk to you guys about some stuff tonight. We're going to talk about the Teamsters Union. This is big. We're going to talk a little bit about the Trump assassination attempt. We'll probably listen to the Trump rally. If you have not had a chance, we are the Don't Unfriend Me show. We are 100% donated by viewers. We must be doing something right because they have kept us going 5 months in a row after Facebook deplatformed and stopped funding us. Completely screwed us over. We can walk through it before we start, but I will see you back in about 3 minutes. Step into a Wimpkin.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The Dumb Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The Dumb Show on social media or thedumbshow.com.
What's going on, everybody? Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me show. I am proud to announce that the Documents of Freedom are back in stock. It's a 3-book collection, leather-bound, by Arcadia Publishing. Starts out with the Bill of Rights, and it's the complete edition of the rights, so you can look up and reference anything your heart desires. Declaration of Independence with revisions and founder images included, beautifully illustrated. And last but not least, what would Documents of Freedom be without the Constitution of the United States of America in its entirety? The box is handmade by PFC Flags, custom engraving, all 100% made in the USA from the nails to the glue. And we have a 5-star rating, satisfaction guaranteed, 150 sold 5 stars or better. It is so important, especially in today's society, to ensure that the younger generation has these books available in the future. Get them for your family and friends, available right now. Head on over to thedumshow.com/books. Thanks so much. What's going on, everybody? Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me show. I am proud.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Good to have you all here. Thanks for joining. No Olivia tonight, or Amy. Amy's usually on. It's all screwed up this week. I gave Amy the night off. She's been working her butt off. And then Olivia was going to miss, I don't know, last night. And I don't know. She's not here tonight. She's over getting a crown put on her tooth and all that other stuff. So it's just me and the cat. Lonely house. I'm all alone. But the good news is I got my fan mail yesterday. Olivia specifically was asking when she would get fan mail, and some interesting and lovely people decided to go ahead and send her an entire package of like 20 fans. The humor of our people. At least it wasn't pagers and flip phones. My God. I told you last night, I said it wasn't over, didn't I? I told you this was going to get worse, and I told you that these terrorists were going to be questioning everything. Every time they turned on their car, every time they turn on a blender, they were going to be nervous. It's not over. There's more coming, and in the next couple of days, you're going to hear more about this. So I love the reporting. I always love to be in the know on things. So a lot of the reporting is, well, there's one shell company. There's more than one shell company. This runs pretty deep. So I'm really excited to see the Netflix movie on this. And I think the Israelis will be played by and probably people from Kenya, knowing Netflix, and all transvestite females. But either way, we can't wait to see the Netflix special in regards to this. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. What are we talking about tonight? Well, we're going to have a little Donald Trump on. I want you to feel safe and secure because everyone flips out. And my good friend, who I don't know at all, Mel K, over on Wimkin, is actually broadcasting the Trump rally. So if you want to see the Trump rally in its infancy and all the way up to adulthood, the best way is to go to Mel K's and go watch it over there on Wimkin. Or you can get a mix of both. I will try to bring you the Trump rally and also the latest news and notes and what's going on. So I will tell you when Trump comes on. He's almost there. We just had J.D. Vance on, and now he is, proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. That's playing, but I can't play it because of copyright, and there's no way my voice is going to get picked up for copyright, so we're going to be safe. So this is a good time to tell you about the Don't Unfriend Me show store. What a wonderful time to do it. TheDumbShow.com. You can go over there and you can buy the Documents of Freedom coffee. Listen, a lot of places sell coffee. Nobody sells coffee like this. This shit is amazing. Like, it's like liquid honey when it comes out of the pot. And it's not that crap where it's literally like just something between, watered down grease. No, the finest oils are sitting on top. In fact, you get this beautiful pattern on top of the coffee with all the different oils. You don't put cream in it. You just drink it black. And the flavors are robust. They've got Sumatra beans, beans from Africa, Indonesia, Malaysia, just incredible Great stuff. This guy goes and buys a cacophony of beans every single year. He's a veteran. He's in Wisconsin. And our bags are not that bad. I think you get a full pound for, I don't know. I think it's like 15, 16 bucks. I understand it's a little expensive, but it is good coffee. Anyway, we've got great shirts and all that going over there. Donald Trump is going to take stage. I'm trying to milk this as long as I can. But, Donald's doing his thing. He's doing his finger pointing. I've got some videos and stuff that you should see today of him talking in a cryptocurrency bar in East Side Manhattan. And, dude, there's some really big news coming out of New York. And I remember I told you I feel New Hampshire's in play, Virginia's in play. I've told you that since the beginning. And down ticket in New York, there's a really good chance we turn it red. I'm telling you, there's a movement. There's something behind here. There's some hidden momentum that I want to talk about tonight. But let's get to Donald Trump so we can listen to something that we've been listening to for 8 or 9 years, because that's important. Here it is. Yes, Tommy, I saw more stuff blew up in Lebanon. Remember I told you last night that more things were going to blow up and it wasn't just phones and pagers? Stay tuned. It's not over yet.
Wow. This is a big crowd. Thank you.
The Fed cut the interest rate in order to go ahead and overdo the news on the Teamsters Union. It didn't have the effect they thought. Stock market remained relatively flat. It's a last-ditch effort by the Democrats. It's not going to help. They shot that load way too early. They should have done it October 1st. They made a mistake.
Very much, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody, and a very big hello to New York and a place called Long Island, which I know very well.
Fuck you, Kamala Harris. This is what a crowd looks like. And they didn't get Taylor Swift or the RBG WD-40 to come out and play. Give me a break. This is just pure for Trump. None of these people are going to leave. You guys, there's a move. I'm telling you, it feels like 2016. I've got some good news for you tonight.
And I'm thrilled to be back in the state I love with thousands of proud, patriotic New Yorkers who are really the heart and soul of America. We know that. And the reason I'm here is because it hasn't been done in many decades. It hasn't been done for a long time, but we are going to win New York.
Folks, listen, remember, you can go to Mel K if you want to watch this unmolested. I'm too excited. I have to show you something. This is huge. This is so huge. You have no idea. This is a poll from September 9th to 15th, right? So this is after the DNC. This is after the announcement of Biden. 58%. This is completed by the RNC and DNC conventions and on behalf of the presidential debate. So it's independently conducted by Lake Research Partners. 100% independent. This is a national poll. This is them going ahead and getting the rank and file Teamsters. And for the first time since Ronald Reagan, the Teamsters had to withdraw their overall statement of supporting Kamala Harris. And they literally can't even endorse Trump. They hate him so much. But the Teamsters love him. It's a national poll. This is incredible. This is a bellwether. To get the Teamsters Union predominantly solid blue, this blue wall that they're talking about, I'm telling you, the blue wall is breaking. I've been calling it for how long? New Hampshire, I believe, is in play. I believe Virginia is in play. That's my home state. New York, down ballot, is very much in play to take control of the House and the Senate. And my God, I can't even possibly say that a part of me is saying, okay, maybe New York is no longer Smurf blue, but possibly a violet or becoming purple. I know you think I'm nuts, but this guy, if New York falls, this will be the biggest landslide since Mondale and Reagan. I'm just letting you know. If New York falls, it's over. She will lose 42 states to 44 states. So just let's keep listening. But I'm telling you, man, I got a good feeling. It's just I haven't started making all my breakdowns yet. But New York, man, look what happened in New Jersey. We turned New Jersey. We gained actual Republican seats in Jersey. Look at what's going on in Long Island right now. Are you fucking kidding me? This is Long Island. This is a Democratic stronghold, folks. And you got 1.6 million Teamsters that just said 70% of us are voting for Trump. 70% of us are voting for Trump. That means that she just lost over 1 million votes. Think about that. She just role reversed. They expected Trump to come in like 24, 25% with the Teamster Union. For him to be up in the 58, 60%, that will have an impact on all unions. That'll have impact on grocery stores, air traffic controllers, airport maintenance and service mechanics, plumbers. This is huge. Huge. If you can't feel my excitement, here's Donald Trump. All right, let me say one more thing. Everyone's like, well, it's great if they don't kill him. Folks, you don't understand. There will come a point where they will know that if they do that to him, this entire country will fall. And I know like they don't care. And yes, they do. Democrats are a lot of things. Liberals are a lot of things. Remember, I don't believe that it's the government. These are crazy fucking times. These are crazy people. People are doing stupid shit. I've seen all the conspiracy videos. I've blown them apart. Sometimes crazy people do crazy things. And I understand you want to believe that the government's in control of all of it. Let me tell you what, they aren't. We have to protect him. He is protected. They would not be doing a 60,000 person rally if he was not safe. Yes, they are going to take another shot. Yes, some asshole out there, the closer we get, is going to try to do it again. I'm telling you, yes, I've been saying this for 4 years. You're not telling me anything I haven't heard. They're not going to get him. Because we have to pray for that. We have to believe that. We just want a fair fight. That's all we want. I don't want rigged. I don't want guaranteed. I don't want that. I just want a fair race. Okay? And if anyone, all you people out there who believe that Kamala Harris really thinks he's a racist, really thinks he's a traitor, then why is she calling him after the assassination attempt? Why is Biden called? Why would you call Hitler? This is all vitriol. It's all games. They don't believe it. You know what people believe? This is electric. Can you imagine Kamala Harris going into Enid, Oklahoma, or going into deep red Texas and doing this? This is a Democratic stronghold. You kidding me? I'm pumped up. Woo!
And that's the first time in many, many years that a Republican can honestly say it. And we're going to do it. We have to do it. We do it. And the election nationwide is over. We take over the White House and we fix up our country. Okay? We fix up our country. So as you know, 3 days ago, there was yet another assassination attempt on my life. I didn't know I was going to say that. It was the second one in 8 weeks by a violent radical left mobster. This evil would-be assassin got within a few hundred yards of where I stood, but thankfully, our outstanding Secret Service agent, and they are outstanding.
Michelle says the stadium only holds 15,000. I don't think it is. I don't think so. I think it's got to be up to 18 to 21,000. Is that baseball and hockey? I don't even know where he's at. Where is he at tonight? What's the name of the? Is it Nassau? Because that's where the Islanders play. Then it's going to be 20,000 plus. It's a National Hockey League, so that's 18,000 at least. There's also standing rooming, and they're on the floor. I completely disagree that that's 15,000 people. I don't know, man. I've just been a season ticket holder for many different teams. I've been in pretty much at least 50 different stadiums between the NFL, basketball. That's not 15,000 people. It feels a hell of a lot more. Plus, it's 3 rafters up. and he's got floor, and he's got the people outside. So I already included the people outside and included the people in the stadium. And I said earlier about 40,000. This is massive. It's where the Islanders play. It's Nassau. Okay, so and I've been there. So if it's Nassau holds more than that with floor. So you got to remember, it's not just seating; it's also floor, and it's also Zamboni way, and it's also maintenance crew way. I mean, everything's filled. There's no penalty boxes. There's no 3 rows deep for the basketball team. There's no court. This is 100% a full stadium, completely different than a sporting event, even different than a concert.
Spotted the barrel of his rifle in the bushes. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? He saw a barrel of a big, this was a big barrel. This you don't want to even talk about, AK-47. But he saw the barrel coming out a little bit out of the very lush bushes, and he took fast action to stop the gunman before I even entered the line of sight. And I want to express my thanks to the U.S. Secret Service, who was there that day, and to all of the sheriffs and law enforcement down in Florida, the heroes who helped to apprehend the attacker. And by the way, you possibly heard the story. So the secret agent, service agent, pulled out the gun and started shooting. He said, a barrel. He didn't talk like a lot of people. They talk. How are you, sir? What would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about the weather? No, he pulled out the gun and he started shooting at him.
Okay, real quick, just to clear some things up. 16,800, so 17,000 can do that. And that is in a basketball, that is in a hockey event. Basketball event, it can seat anywhere up to 18.5 to 19.5. And in a concert, depending upon size of the stage, can push 21 to 22,000. Maximum occupancy on a single podium stage like this is probably going to be 25. So there's anywhere between, probably 23 and 25,000 people, with the upper seating in the bowl looking a little thin. Secret Service probably doesn't want people up there. But with what was outside, what's inside, at least 40,000 people. That's huge.
And the villain... No, but think of this. This could only happen...
Yeah, Michelle, you're right. She says, I think I was hearing a couple days ago that a couple years ago they had to take some seating out. Yeah, but remember... They absolutely did. So this was predominant. I'm sorry. I don't want to digress. I want to watch this. But Nassau and other NHL stadiums, with the expansion of behind the red line and also the decrease of the goalie crease, you saw an expansion of the soft spots behind the boards. That reduced like probably 2 rows of seatings all the way around most ice. But that's where you saw that decrease from 17 to 16,700 in Nassau. But it's gone up since, I don't know, 2000. It's gone up every few years. They've added more seating. Either way, I just looked it up. It's 16,700, and without a major event going on down below, you're talking at least 22 to 25,000 people is my guess. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's a shit ton of people.
With a woman, because men aren't smart enough, I hate to tell you fellas. So he dropped his gun. His car was a block away, and he started running because they had him. And he was running. And a woman driving a car innocently said, he looks like a bad person to me. He looks very suspicious. And she followed him and pulled up to the back of the car and started taking pictures.
It's freaking awesome.
Of his license plate. Can you believe that? And she took the pictures of his license plate, perfect, beautiful pictures like a professional photographer, and sent them to the sheriff and said, I just looked at a man, there was something strange going on. Who the hell would do that, right? Only a woman, only a woman. Right.
So real quick, while we got to pause, just because this is exciting stuff. The comment that came up, do I think illegal voting in the voting process might make that a problem? David asked the question. That's a whole other conversation. Illegal voting is folks, there is so many more important things to worry about. We need to show up, plain and simple, period. That's the key. Show up. Then we'll worry about the rest. By the way, folks, we are 100% funded by viewers. So linktapgo.com/thedumbshow. If you don't mind, if you can help out the show, pay the bills, keep it going, keep it free. We appreciate it. Facebook demonetized us. I didn't have a chance to talk about that. So if you would not mind, if you have the ability and you've got a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, and you want to go ahead and help the Dumb Show, this is how you do it. Usually my wife would be here and she would tell you all about it, but she's not. So you got to deal with my ugly mug.
Now, I asked the sheriff today, I said, so, Sheriff, if you had 1,000 events, how many people would have done that? Man or woman, how many people would have done that, followed him, taken pictures of the license plate, and also the type of truck that he was driving? He said, maybe none. So she's a hero. I got to meet her. And because of that, they were there to catch him in a very speedy drive down the various highways in Florida, but they got him, and they got him fast. But I think it's incredible. So the agent and that wonderful woman, and with all of my heart, I thank you all for your incredible valor. What you've done is incredible. What the enforcement does in this country is incredible. Tonight, let me also deliver a message straight to Kamala Harris. Have you heard of her?
That's not me.
Was just rated by far the most liberal senator in the U.S. Senate, more so even
Than Tulsi Gabbard.
Further left than Bernie Sanders and Pocahontas.
And Tulsi Gabbard. That's not me. That's the
She's
feed.
more so.
It's not me.
Elizabeth Warren, she's more left than Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. Let me also deliver a message straight to Kamala Harris, the radical left Democrat politicians.
Not me. It's pissing me off, though, I'll tell you that much. Hold on a second.
Some interviews that we did all throughout the day on his account on True Soul. On X, Instagram, Apple.
Turn off all internet.
I'm here on Long Island, New York, just minutes away from President Trump. He's sent.
This is not me. This is the feed. There's 54,000 people watching. That's really not
and
bad.
This crowd can't wait for it. It is packed to the rafters.
I'm sorry.
All right, we'll see. I'm sorry I had to skip, folks. I didn't have a choice.
Up 10 points with the black population. A Republican can honestly say it, and we're going to.
I'm dancing with everybody.
And he was running, and a woman driving a car in it. Americans deserve a campaign based on the issues. We try and keep it on the issues. And God has now spared my life. It must have been God. Thank you. For twice.
Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for donating to the show. Every bit helps, folks. It keeps the lights on. Thank you.
And there are those that say he did it because Trump is going to turn this state around. He's going to turn this country around. He's going to make America great again. And maybe. And we're going to bring back religion into our country. Bring it back. These encounters with death have not broken my will. They have really given me a much bigger and stronger mission. They've only hardened my resolve to use my time on earth to make America great again for all Americans, to put America first. Going to put America first. Earlier today, I was honored to receive the endorsement of the rank and file membership of the Teamsters. I love the Teamsters.
Hell yes.
They delivered all that concrete for the buildings I built in New York. They delivered the big, heavy most beautiful trucks you've ever seen. They delivered the concrete in all those buildings I built in New York. But, you know, this hasn't happened in so many decades.
Thank you, Bobby. Very generous, 3140. We appreciate you. Thank you for keeping us on the air and free.
We won the overwhelming majority of the local chapters and the members, and as a result, the national organization has refused to endorse the Democrat candidate for the first time in many, many decades. And I also want to thank Teamsters President Sean O'Brien, amazing man, and all of the incredible rank-and-file Teamsters across the country, because this was a surprise. It's automatic. They endorse the Democrats, automatic for many, many decades. But you know what? They said, they looked at her, they said, we're not going there. I'm sorry. These are tough people. And together we will secure our borders. We will protect our workers. We will defend our jobs. We will rebuild our country with American skill and American pride. And
yeah, Carrie, I got that video. I'm going to show it later where he's in the bar. I watched the whole thing, too. It was fantastic. It was probably just quintessential Trump without the cameras on. You know, the cameras were on, but you know what I mean.
American labor. Right?
Ivy Lee, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Wonderful to see you. And Ivy Lee is a longtime fan. And happy birthday to that young lady. Can't be older than 32, I'm thinking, by her photo. Have a wonderful birthday dinner. Where are you going to go eat? And what are you going to go eat?
And just as a little side note, we should give them a round, especially because of what they and how they voted today. If they voted the other way, I wouldn't give them a round. But the Teamsters built out this beautiful stadium for tonight's event. Thank you, Teamsters. Thank you. They did a great job, too. To every hardworking American, whether you live in a red state, a swing state, or a state with a failed Democrat rule, this year we need to elect all Republicans up and down the ballot. We have to clean out and straighten out our country. With your vote, we are going to rescue our country. We are going to rescue our Democrat-run states. We are going to start by saving the great state of New York. Is that good? When I told some people in Washington, yeah, I'm going up to New York, we're doing a campaign speech, they said, what do you mean New York? You can't ever, nobody can win, Republicans can't win. I said, I can win New York and we can win New York. We're going to win New York. And if you vote for me, I'm going to reduce your taxes, reduce your crime, and reduce your levels of stress, because you have a lot of stress.
Man,
The only thing that I will increase are your incomes, and your love for your state will come roaring back again.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm feeling good. I got a smile on my face. It's been a while.
Throughout American history, from generation to generation, New York has always set the standard for American life, and they have. It's been a high standard, too. Our cities were the center of business, arts, culture, our streets, ports, waterways, and they were the arteries of American commerce. They were absolute arteries. And our towns like Uniondale, Levittown, Hicksville, Huntington, these were great, great towns where you grew up and you loved and you stayed. But look at what has happened to New York and the other states, all run by radical left Democrats, every single one of them. Our heavy industries have exported overseas, and our middle class has been eviscerated, right here at home, been eviscerated. Housing costs are out of control. Inflation has cost a typical family $28,000. Think of it, in less than 4 years, $28,000. And we filthy encampments. We have horrible, disgusting, dangerous, filthy encampments. of junkies and homeless people living in places that our children used to play Little League baseball, which they don't get to play very much anymore, do they? Over the past 3 years in New York City, there has been a 29% increase in robbery, a 36% increase in felony assault, a 42% increase in grand larceny, a 75% increase in carjackings. Did you buy a nice car lately? Well, 200 police officers leave the NYPD, New York's finest. I always say I knew it well. New York's finest. They leave every single month, 200 people a month. Incredible people. They're incredible people. The trains and subways are squalid and unsafe. The median of our highway, all those medians, they spend all that money, they're falling down, they're rotting. Businesses are fleeing. The mobs of illegal migrants are being put up in luxury hotels at your expense, while our great veterans live on the freezing or steaming sidewalks right outside the main entrance to where the migrants enter their hotel. Think of that. Think of it. We have veterans lying on the street, squalid, lying on the street, sometimes freezing, sometimes it's hot, it's summer. And they're looking at people just came into our country, and they're going up to the 17th floor of their suite. How crazy has our country become? And can you imagine what those veterans, when they watch this, must be saying? But listen to this. Can you also imagine what the migrants must be thinking? They're saying, can you believe this? We just came from a place, in many cases, they were in prisons, and now they're living in hotel suites while our veterans are living on the street. And so I say to the people of New York, with crime at record levels, with terrorists and criminals pouring in, and with inflation eating your hearts out, vote for Donald Trump. What the hell do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
It's such good news. 4547 from Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Everybody, thank you so much for donating. It just takes the stress completely off, and we can focus on the things that are most important, which is bringing you the best quality news that we can give you. I just wanted to go ahead and touch on one thing. The one thing I've heard from the liberal talking points right now all over Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else, you know how they do this. They're going to trivialize the Teamsters unions. So what they're saying is, oh, okay, well, 100 former Intel officials have come out and endorsed Donald Trump. They're going to say, well, CEOs, 100 CEOs all endorsed Donald Trump. And then obviously they're going to go ahead and put the cherry on top by saying that Republicans like Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney and the Bushes, well, the Bushes haven't said anything yet, but they will, they will. They all support Donald Trump, and Republicans or former staff members who worked for him support. Here's the truth. We care about CEOs' opinions now. I thought they were greedy billionaires who stole money from the middle class and the lower class. Oh, but we care about their opinion. The reason why the CEOs don't like it is because they know Donald Trump is going to hold them accountable, and that he's not going to allow illegal immigrants to come in and do the work that they need them to do. That's why. It's obvious it's about money and it's about labor. Let's go ahead and talk about the conservatives. So these conservatives who have supposedly cared about the middle class their whole life, they care about the auto workers, they care about the union workers, they care about the blue collar people, are voting for Kamala Harris, who just lost the Teamsters unions. So what you're saying is that these people who say they're Republicans really aren't Republicans, and they don't care about the middle class. Well, that is a Republican focus and has been since Ronald Reagan. So those people are not Republicans. Those people are rhinos, and now they're socialist Democrats because they say vote for Kamala Harris. They will never get back into our party. They will never get back into this movement. And MAGA, when it goes away, whether it's in 2028 or 2024, let's hope it's 2028, will still be alive, and the old grand old party will be dead. We are sick and tired of this cash and spend politics. We're sick of the constant debt. We're sick of the flip-flopping on issues. Hell, you guys couldn't even get the Vote Act approved. You went ahead and you looked at the IVF and you let Democrats sit on your face with the IVF reject because you didn't educate the public on why we put it down, that it's not a federal issue, it's a state issue. Republicans are tired and old. Let the new blood come in. Let the people who actually care about America and don't want to get rich off the backs of Americans. They want to get rich with Americans. That's the people who I want to vote for. So when they give you these talking points, shut them down just like that. Let him go.
What do you have to lose? Think of it. What the hell do you have to lose? You know, some of you remember that was a phrase that I used for our black population.
He certainly did, and that's Corey Lewandowski's influence. Just letting you know, a lot of this, when people are saying, oh, that's 2015 Trump, that's Corey Lewandowski Trump. Which sticks to the points, which hits Democrats where they're weakest, which is focusing on economy, focusing on the border, and not talking about Haitians eating cats, and not talking about executing babies, talking about policy that actually is going to move the needle. This is Corey Lewandowski's overall strength, and it's what he brings to the table.
Years ago in 2016, I said, with the worst housing conditions, the worst education, the worst this, the worst that, the most crime. I went through 12 different things, and it wasn't in the sheets. And I'm saying, boy, that's really terrible. And I said, and I was at like 2%, not too good. And I said to the black population gathered in front of me, vote for Trump. What the hell do you have to lose? I said that, same thing. And you know what happened? I got eviscerated when I went backstage. But I'm not like Biden where he takes, I fight back with my people. Remember, we still signed the check. They said, sir, that's a terrible thing to have said. I said, when you said, what the hell do you have to lose? It's terrible, it's demeaning, it's horrible.
No, it's not.
I said, but it's true. You know what happened? The next day, I picked up 10 points with the black population. And now, because of all we've done, we're at the highest level of black support in the history of the Republican Party. And by the way, the Hispanic support, do we have any Hispanics? The Hispanic support is off the charts, and they don't know what the hell to do about it. It's off the charts. And we just had some great polling come out. I think the most accurate poll over the last 8 or 9 years was Rasmussen. They just came out with a poll that we're 5 up. We're 5 up. 5 up. We should be 35 up, to be honest with you. But, some people can't break an old habit. That's really what it is. So I say to you, vote for Trump, and I will turn it around very quickly with 4 more years of Kamala Harris. New York State will be like a third world nation if it isn't already. It is. I think it is. With Trump, the Empire State will once again be the envy of the entire world. We will have no crime, only success. And unlike your current radical Democrat regime, I'm not driven by partisan ideology. I'm driven by results, and I'm driven by New York common sense. It's common sense, right? Right? It's common sense. I like to say the party, this is a great party. I like to say the party is really, we're conservative and all that, right? Who knows? You know what we are? We're really people with common sense. We need walls. We need good elections. We want low taxes. We want great police officers that are well taken care of. We don't want to defund the police. We're the party of common sense more than anything else, and it's picked up a lot of steam. It's true. My first week back in the Oval Office, I will clean up and call up your governor and mayors all across your state, and I will tell them it's time to work together. They're largely Democrats. It's time to work together for the good of the people. Going to do it. And despite all of the persecution I've endured from the corrupt judicial system in New York, it's a corrupt system. I love the people of this state, and I want to give back. I want to give back to you. I've had a great life. I want to give back to you. We're going to give it back to you. We're going to make this city and we're going to make this state incredible again. Together, we will rebuild our roads, bridges, highways, and airports. They're falling apart. They're falling down. We will renovate New York subway. Oh, that's beautiful. I used to go to school on the subway. Can you believe it? I mean, I like to say it's not so long ago, but it probably is. What do you think, Bruce? I guess it is. But my parents would drop me off at a subway, and I'd go to Union Turnpike, or I'd go to wherever They had no fear that I was going to be disappearing. They would take me to a subway, put me on and say, bye, darling, bye. If you do that today, you have about a 75% chance that you'll never see your child again. What the hell has happened here? What has happened? We will renovate the New York subway so that the greatest city in the world finally has, again, the greatest transit system anywhere in the world. You have the basics. We have to clean it. We have to take care of it. We have to give it a little love. And we have to get the criminals the hell out of there. We will once again support our incredible police officers, New York's finest. A lot of them. You know, I've got the support. To me, this is so important. I think to you, it's every single police group in the nation is supporting me. The other day, the Fraternal Order, it's the largest. They gave us.
Darren, I'm sorry to hear about your house, man. That's, you know, is there anything we can do? I know that people say that, and there's not always something we can do, but I'm certainly sorry to hear that that's happening. Let's hope that there's some way that you can save that, brother. I am sorry.
400,000 police, and they gave us a unanimous endorsement. We have it from everybody. We have it from everybody. We will work with the mayors and the governor to rebuild your defunded and depleted police forces, including New York's finest and NYPD. Look, I know so much about it. I love New York's finest. I used to be in Brooklyn. I had an office with my father in Brooklyn. And we used to go in Brooklyn to a White Castle. Did anyone ever hear of a White Castle? And my father would say, no, that's the best place. Only 12 cents a hamburger. Remember? 12 cents. Bruce, we had Bruce. How good is Bruce? Bruce Blakeman, one of the greats. He won in an upset. You know, this is a Republican. He ran a couple of times. You couldn't beat this hoax of Democrats. He ended up winning. He's done such a good job. He's now unbeatable. They don't even run anybody against him. Great. Really great. We got a lot of them. Joe Cairo's here. Joe, are we going to win, Joe? What do you think? Joe Cairo. Don't mess with Joe, right, Joe? We love you, man. Your family's great, too. But I will stop the Kamala crime wave, and we will do everything we can. We're going to get these violent criminals behind bars. We're going to get them out of our country. We're going to take them back to the country from which they came. A few months ago, I visited with the grieving family of a New York City police officer, Jonathan Diller. You know Jonathan Diller? I was hoping his family could be with us. He was just 31 years old, gunned down during a traffic stop by a vicious thug, leaving behind his incredible wife, Stephanie, and family, their one-year-old son. What a son. And are you here? Are they here? They could be here. Is Stephanie here? Because, you know, it was a bond, and she was so great, and I think she's here. It's hard when you have 19,000 people. And Stephanie, unlike a lot of my friends, doesn't want adulation. Honestly, what she wants more than that, she wants her husband back. That's what she wants. She doesn't want adulation. I have other friends. You'd find them. I have other friends. If you said their name, they'd be jumping up. Here I am. Here I am. Stephanie doesn't want that. What a great family. What a great family, and what a great guy he was. The criminal charge was savagely murdering Officer Diller, was previously arrested by the NYPD 21 times, right? 21 times, Bruce. And the accomplice driving the car had been arrested 14 times, but he was actually much worse. He was more vicious. 14 times, but he was actually far more vicious. This is the kind of story we hear every single day under radical Democrat policies like cashless bail, cashless bail. You kill somebody and you're out on the streets in 2 hours. Cashless bail has been a disaster for our country. Kamala Harris wanted it no matter where she went. She boasted about being the leader of the movement of cashless bail, just like she led the effort to defund the police. You know, she was the leader of the effort to defund the police, and now she's running for president. But a little while ago, like everything else, no fracking, no this, no, she changed her mind. Now she says she likes the police. She can't say love, but she says like. She's made a lot of progress, but you know the first thing that would happen is she will go to defunding the police, if that's even possible to think about. But when I get back into the Oval Office, the madness ends and the law and order is going to return to our country. A fully reformed Federal Department of Justice will deliver massive public safety funding for New York and other Democrat-run cities that are under siege. But in exchange, they will give our police back their protection and their respect. We are going to take care of our police, and we're going to respect our police. Everyone here does. I tell the officers all the time, you have no idea how the people love you, but sometimes they don't feel it because of what the Democrats do to them. They will end deadly sanctuary city policies. They will terminate cashless bail, and they will return to proven policing methods like we had under Mayor Rudy Giuliani that made New York City the safest big city in America. Simultaneously, we are going to make life in New York State affordable again. Little word, affordable. A vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for 4 more years of job losses. Look at what's happening. Businesses that are fleeing, money draining out of your state, and hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants sucking your public resources dry. You know, I've always heard for 20 years, I've heard that New York City has no money, and yet they're going to spend $3 billion on illegal migrants, and they're not getting it from the federal government. You wonder, they never had money, but they have $3 billion to take care of people that came into our country illegally. Doesn't make sense. But under the Trump economic plan, we will cut your energy prices in half within 12 months. Half! Because we have more liquid gold under our feet and we don't use it.
Most of the time, I usually have a ton to say and contribute, but this is a non-copyrighted rally, so I can just sit back and listen and watch and feel the energy, and I'm a fan too. It's, you know, a lot of people like, oh yeah, you know, Matt probably, you know, is sick and tired. No, man, I'm not saying this is my Super Bowl. I love this. So I will just continue to play with my graphics and cover up the ads that they keep showing because I need to make money. So here you go. Enjoy. Folks, if you like the show and you've seen it, and I never shut up, and this is a rare occasion, linktapgo.com/thedumshow. You can contribute and donate to the show. We have been defunded by Facebook, and they have taken 90% of our revenue over the last 5 months. We have nothing coming in from Facebook anymore. You have been amazing and have gotten us so close to our goal. We're about 1,500 shy. We're right on track for the month, and any help that you can provide, whether it's $10 or $100 or whatever you think we're worth and what we do, whether it be our news, our podcast, or just entertainment, or the relationship that we've built over 4 years, we would appreciate it. Do not put yourself in jeopardy. Take care of you first, and then if you have some that you can share with us, we would appreciate it. Here you go.
We go to places like Venezuela when we have more than Russia. We have more than Saudi Arabia. You remember I got Anwar approved in Alaska. It's the biggest site anywhere in the world, probably bigger than Saudi Arabia, bigger than Russia. And what did they do? In the first week in office, Ronald Reagan tried so hard he couldn't get it. I got it. The biggest site in the world, Alaska. And in the first week in office, they terminated it. We'll have it back very quickly, I promise you that. We will rapidly defeat inflation. We're going to bring your prices down. All they're doing is they've cut it, but you're up 55 or 60%. People that used to live a nice life 4 years ago, they can't afford an apple. A woman, they showed a picture of a woman the other day. I said, boy, that's sad. That should never happen to her. She went to the counter, the cashier. She had 3 apples. And when she was standing with the cashier, she realized she didn't have enough money for one of the apples, and she took the apple, brought it back, and she bought 2 apples. That shouldn't be happening in our country. That shouldn't be happening in our country. We will cut interest rates, cut insurance costs, and the insurance is horrible. And massively, we will cut your taxes again. I gave you the largest tax cut in the history of our country. And we have some to go. Kamala Harris, as you look at her plan, will give you, very simply, the largest tax hike in American history. She's going to lift your taxes. This is the only person I've ever seen, and Biden too. They announced that they're going to raise your taxes, and it's supposed to be good politically. I don't think so. I don't know. I've never seen that, Anthony, before, where they say they're going to raise your taxes. They're going to raise your taxes. Vote for me, I'm going to raise your taxes. Can you believe it? I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, because the news will say, vote for me, I'm going to raise it. They're going to say, they're going to attribute it to me. I can't do that. I told our great First Lady I will not be sarcastic anymore. When you joke or when you're sarcastic, the fake news will take a story like that. I'll say, I never said I was going to raise your taxes. Yes. Vote for me, I'll raise your taxes. Kiddingly, kiddingly, kiddingly. These people are the worst. When I imitated Joe Biden because he couldn't get off a stage, so I'd imitate him because he couldn't find the stairs and look around. He finished the speech, the speech would last maybe 3 minutes, maybe a little less than that. And then he'd want to get off the stage, and it'd always go like this. But you remember, we're not running against him. We're running against somebody who's actually much
Amy,
worse.
can you share the Wim Can Help
like this.
URL? Because that will fix it, and then we can tag Jason in it. So just tell him I'm with the Dumb Show, because a lot of times Jason, if he sees an account that doesn't look legit, he'll block it because he doesn't want any bots. So please just tag, hey, this is Dean from the Dumb Show, and he'll get it approved.
And then he'd walk in a different direction. It was the weirdest thing. And Secret Service did a great job. They'd come up in the stage and they'd pull him out. Like today, we have 4 or 5 stairs. You always have 4, 5, 6 stairs. The more it's government-owned, the more stairs you have. But you always have a lot. So I said to our great First Lady, who can draw a crowd? Did you watch me tonight on television, First Lady? People love our First Lady out there. Go out and get a book. She just wrote a book. I hope she said good things about it. I don't know. I didn't. So busy. She just wrote a book called Melania. Go out and buy it. It's great. And if she says bad things about me, I'll call you all up and I'll say, don't buy it. Get rid of it. No, but she said to me, I said, baby, did you see the crowd? We had 18,000 people. We could have filled it up 3 or 4 times. Bruce Blakeman said to me, if we went to a stadium or a park, we would have had 100,000 people or more. I'd call up my wife and I'd say, baby, who could draw crowds? Nobody can draw crowds like me. Nobody, not even close. I'm the greatest of all time, maybe greater even than Elvis, because Elvis had a guitar. I don't have a guitar. Elvis had a guitar. I don't have the privilege of a guitar. But I'd say, baby, who could do it like me? Nobody can do it like me. How great am I? And she'd say, you know, and she'd say, I'd say, how great was the speech? Not how good, how great was it? And she'd say, it was good, but your hair looked terrible tonight. Or the worst ever. So I said, how good was it, First Lady? And she said, it was good, but you couldn't find your way off the stage. I was imitating Biden, and they said I did it. I couldn't find my way off the stage. No, so you can't be sarcastic. Sarcasm with the media doesn't work, okay? It doesn't. So I've given up about 90% of it. I got all my friends here. Anthony, stand up. Anthony Lomangino, one of the greats of all time. He said, I have a big business problem. What? I have too much cash. I don't know what to do with it. I said, I've heard of worse problems than that, Anthony, right? He's doing good. He's a great man, great businessman, and a great person. Kamala wants income tax hikes, small business tax hikes, capital gains tax hike. How about the capital gains? She wants a tax, unrealized capital gain. That means she wants to give you a capital gain, even if you have stock. She wants to give you a capital gain, even if you didn't sell it. You know, I know a lot of people, they're very rich, but they don't have cash. They're rich, but they don't have cash. A lot of them, you know, it's like that. Farmers are like that. They have great land, great everything. They make income, but they don't have cash. And you know what I did for farmers and small business and the tax hike? And nobody talks about this. I got rid of the estate tax, so that, or the death tax, as they would call it, so that when you die and you pass it on to your children who you love, if you don't love your children, then it's not going to do you any good. And there are those. Does anybody in this incredible arena, they did a nice job, by the way, fixing it. I remember the old one. Does anybody in this incredible arena not love their children? Who in the arena is rich and will not leave their money to their kids? Because if that's the case, then what they did for you doesn't mean anything. Do I have any hands? 20,000 people and I have no hands. Okay, who wants to leave their money to their kids? That's good. Well, you know, in the old days, you'd leave the money to the kids, and what would happen? The kids would have to go out and borrow money. They'd lose everything. They had to borrow money from a bank at a high rate of interest. Now they don't have to do that anymore. Now you can leave your farm, you can leave your small business to your kids, but Kamala wants to end that. She wants to end it. She wants to raise your tax to a level that nobody's ever heard of before, and it's crazy. We will go in to a I thought this was a wise guy coming up. This guy, I thought, I'm getting ready. I'm going like this. You know, I got a little bit of a yip problem here, right? That was amazing. I was all ready to start duking it out. I felt like my man in the front row here. Stand up, will you please? This is the toughest man. You know him? Do you all know? I'm going to introduce you later so you can sit. He's the toughest guy. If somebody walked on the stage, he wouldn't be afraid. He would already be attacking the poor guy. Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it? It's the first time that's ever happened, I think. Is he new to the game? I think so. By contrast, I will cut taxes for families, small businesses, and workers, including restoring the SALT deduction, saving thousands of dollars for residents of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and other high-cost states. Going to restore SALT. Jobs and factories will pour back into New York. I know how to do it better than anybody's ever known how to do it, and we can do it so easily. Wages will soar, the cost of living will fall, and I will deliver the greatest economy in the history of the world to our country, and one of the greatest economies in the history of New York State. And a key part of
Yeah, Mel, that's what I just said. 90% of this is Corey Lewandowski. He's essentially going to the old playbook in 2016. And this will win for Trump because this is exactly what very similar. People want change and they don't want Kamala Harris. So this is why Corey Lewandowski is people have their differences with him, but he is a wonderful strategist and he's a great marketer and he's doing a great job. So Thomas and Dean, I reached out to Jason and I'm going to see if I can get your accounts approved. I'll let you know what I find out.
Safety and saving our economy is stopping the invasion at the border of our country. It's crazy.
No, I don't think they were sandbagging all this time. I think he was getting bad advice and people weren't letting Trump be Trump. You got to let him be Trump.
Under border czar Kamala Harris, you know, she was the border czar until she started looking at this situation, until the coup. I say until the coup because it was a coup. But she was a border czar. Now she said, I was never the border czar. You know what? Give her that. But she was in charge of the border, and the border is the worst run border in the history of the world. There's never been a border like this.
This is it. This is all. If he does this and runs it out till November 5th, he'll win the election. All he's got to do is keep talking about the economy. He's got to address the interest rates today. That's important. Listen, it's a half a point. It's either indicative that the economy is strong or the economy is weak. You tell me what it is. Ultimately, it's going to increase higher inflation. But they don't care because it won't happen until after November. It'll happen in the middle of Christmas. It'll happen in January. It'll happen when people are preparing for taxes. That interest rates will go up. Inflation will go up. People will take it in the shorts, and then they're going to have to hike it up right after the election. We've seen this dance before. He's got to say that. He's got to talk about the border, continue to do that. He's got to talk about the assassination more, continue to feed that, and let people hear it, and let them hear how brave he is. Because I'll tell you what, you can say whatever you want about Donald Trump. You can call him a traitor, you can call him a Nazi, you can call him an orange clown, whatever you want to do. I don't really care because all it's bullshit. What you cannot call him is weak. This guy's not fucking weak. This guy has balls of brass. Not only did he get up after getting shot, but the other day when he was on his he was going to putt a birdie on hole 5. He wanted to finish his putt. Yeah, Donald Trump, man, is not weak. So I guarantee you, if it was anyone else, they would have bowed out. Bowed out.
1 million people, illegal aliens are coming in from all over the world, from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums. Many tourists are coming in just to watch. Did you ever see this? You have tourists that line up to take pictures of it. They usually turn out to be the fake news, and the pictures are so bad they never show it. You know, the fake news never, ever talks about it, but we have massive numbers of terrorists coming in to our country. You have everybody coming in. We have people that can't speak the language. The great Tom Homan told me the other day, great guy, central casting guy, great guy. He told me the other day, last month, they figured it out for the last 12 months, 168 different countries came in, represented, and came into our country. Most people don't even know you have that many countries. You actually have over 200, but most people don't know. But I want to be known as one thing. In 2016, I probably won because of the border. I did a great job. I cleaned it up, and the border was good. And in 2020...
It's not what it will do. It's Thomas, it's them trying to run on the fact that the economy is in good shape. So this is what happens all the time. Gas prices always go down in the winter. The reason why gas prices go down is because less people travel. There's not as much driving, and the industry is shorter because people are going shopping. It's holiday. They take flights instead of driving across country. Fuel prices go down. Interest rates usually are dropped at this time if they are higher than normal because it's for the election. And they say the Fed is a separate entity. Yeah, right. My ass. The Fed is not a separate entity. They did nothing for Trump. Trump asked them and told them, and they still would not go ahead and do his bidding. It's supposed to be autonomous, but as with Democrats, they own everything.
Even though I got millions and millions more votes, they said, sir, if you get the same number of votes as you did in 2016, 63 million, sir, you cannot lose. I got millions more, and I lost.
Dean, I just talked to Thomas. You're accepted on Wimkin. Dean, he can't see you. So you didn't sign up right. You need to partner with one of our mods and have them walk you through it. Or you can have them create you an account. Okay? I'm sorry, buddy, but he can't find you.
But you know what? We're going to have the greatest win in history when we pull this one off. It's going to be legendary. But in 2020, my people would say, sir, it doesn't help for you to speak about the border. Nobody cares. I said, I want to speak about the border. I did a great job. Sir, nobody cares. It's true. I talk about the border. Nobody cared. But now they care. Because now the border is 25 times worse than it was in 2016. Now the border is not even believable what's happening. And I want to be known as your border president. I'm going to be known as your border president. And Kamala will be known as your invasion president. Just let them all come in. Let them all come in. Now, we got to save our country. Our country's going down. If you look at what's happening with the Venezuelans taking over, I mean, they're taking over large pieces of real estate in Colorado, and you have a Democrat governor who's petrified of them. He's afraid. I've never seen anything like it, and he doesn't want to talk about it. They've taken over your buildings and your land. You got to do something about it. That wouldn't happen with Bruce Blakeman, I can tell.
Folks, thanks for letting me interrupt real quick. linktapgo.com/thedumshow. You can see our goal down below is what we need to pay for the internet, pay for the lights, pay for the productivity, pay for all the programs it takes to stream live. We bring you this type of stuff because we truly, truly care about bringing the truth to you. So whether it's thedumnews.com, thedumshow.com, the evening show at 7 o'clock or recorded shows, we always try to bring you the best information. How you can help give back, how you contribute is linktapgo.com/thedumshow. We hate asking, but we're in a position where we've got to. We've grown so much that unfortunately we're in that middle in-between place where someone hasn't decided to give us a multi-million-dollar contract and pay for all these things. So it's on us, and we need your help to help us, and we will continue to help as much as we can. Thanks so much for listening about that.
Right now. Bruce, would you let people come in from a foreign country like Venezuela, where, by the way, their crime rate is down 72% because they've taken their prisoners, they've taken their gangs, they've taken their drug dealers, and they've shipped them all to the United States, so their crime rate's down. But Bruce, would you ever tell the people that you're supposed to be protecting when they call? A lot of Venezuelans are in here and they have very big guns. Would you say, listen, I don't really want to do anything about it? Would you do that? Or would you say, don't worry, we'll have a force of people over there within minutes and it would all be over, right?
Dean, is it Kenneth Adair, Adair? If not, he does not have you on, buddy. You got to tell me what you signed up under and when, if you could do that for me, and we'll get you taken care of. Thanks, bud.
I think so. No, he wouldn't play games. He wouldn't play games. But you know, these people, the law enforcement, they're afraid in these places because it's so violent. They've never seen people like this. These are violent people that they're allowing into our country. It is truly an invasion, and we're not going to let it happen. We're going to take those violent people and we're going to ship them back to their country. And if they come back in, they're going to pay a hell of a price. Thank you. We have no choice. We have no choice. It's not like, you know, this.
Tuner, it's not flawed. Brother, I've explained this a million times. It has nothing to do with an application. It has to do with that Yahoo, Gmail, and every other major email distributor will not forward information for Wimkin. On January 6th, people said things on Wimkin and communicated. They wanted every single person, 9 million people's data, the J6 committee did. Jason fought them in court and said, no, I'm not giving you this information. They blacklisted him. By doing that, Apple, Google, everybody canceled him. They took him off the App Store. They stripped him of everything. He lost PayPal. He lost Venmo. He lost his access to all of his email distribution. So you got to work a little bit to get on Wimkin. Sometimes it's really easy for people and sometimes it's hard. So if you have an account that you've signed up for, put in your email, put in your password, hold on to that, write it down, take a screenshot. Don't forget, because that's usually what people do. And if you're in and you're not getting approved in 24 to 48, let me know. I'll get on with Jason. You'll get approved. And then put in that email and that username. And boom, you're in Wimkin. It's not that hard. Yes, it's flawed. It's flawed because they make his life miserable. That's why we're doing this. I hope you understand now. And maybe you haven't heard me say it before. And I'm not mad, but it's frustrating for everybody. But this is what they do. They don't want him to grow. They don't want Wimkin to continue, because he protected the rights of his users. You know what I'm saying? So it just takes a little bit of effort that he made for us to give it back to him with a little bit of patience. We'll get you in, okay? But Tuner, I didn't even know you were having problems. If I did, or at least I don't remember, you're one of my people, man. I would take care of you. You've been here forever. So please tell me what you need me to do and I'll take care of you, okay? Thanks.
It's not sustainable by any country. This is not sustainable. How about in Springfield, Ohio?
Okay, Tuner, you can't remember the log information, but that's not Jason's fault. And that's not Wimkin's fault. Okay? So what I need you to do is tell me what you can't remember, your email address or password. If it's your password, I'll get it reset. Did you sign up under Tuner Monkeys? I need to know what you signed up under. You can get help. Everyone who's on my show can get help if they want to by talking to me. Okay? There isn't a way to make it easier. Okay, I'm done. I've had enough of the conversation. I'm done.
They had 32,000. This is a little beautiful town. No crime, no problem. 32,000 illegal immigrants come into the town, 32. So they almost doubled their population in a period of a few weeks. Can you believe it? And you know what? They've got to get much tougher. I'm going to go there in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to Springfield and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield. I'm leading in Ohio by like 15 points, a lot. And we're going to take care of Ohio. And we're going to take care of Colorado. And we're going to take care of every...
Tuner, if you want on Wimkin, let's just let all that other stuff go. Please, for me, just I have nothing to do with the registration process, and it frustrates me when people get frustrated because I can't help you. If it was my company, I could help you, but it's not my company, it's Jason's, and Jason's willing to help. I need the email you set up with. So either text that to me or message me or give it to a mod and they'll give it to me. But I need to know what account and what name just give me your name that you signed up with. That's all I need. You do that for me and I'll get you taken care of. If you can't do that for me, there's nothing I can do.
State of the Union, they're all under siege. A lot of people don't talk about. But think of this. So the mayor of Springfield, and I think he's a very nice person, but instead of saying we're getting them all out, we're getting them out. He says very simply, we're hiring teachers to teach them English. Can you believe it? We are hiring interpreters. So when they go to school and take the place of our children in school, we have an interpreter. Each one will have a private interpreter. What the hell is wrong with our country? No. We're getting them out of our country. They came in illegally. They're destroying our country. We're getting them out. They're going to be brought back to the country from which they came. I will protect our country. I will protect our country. Think of it. She will surrender our country. That's what they're doing. They still refuse to acknowledge that these people have to be taken out, and you start with the stone cold killers, the murderers, the drug dealers. You get them out, and you tell them if they ever come back.
Then send Jason the feedback. I can't. All I ask is that we don't trash the company on this show. That's all. And there's been quite a few people who've trashed the company. I don't like that. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying you are, but it's a sensitive topic for me. I care about Wimkin. I care about Jason. He's a good friend. He's fed my family. Okay. So I'm going to be really supportive of him just as much as I'm going to be supportive of you, Tuner. And you're a fan, and I love you, and I'm not busting your balls. I'm just saying, dude, if you're okay, then why are you complaining about it? If you've been taken care of, then why complain? We deal with an audience who there's a lot of older people here who don't have computer experience, and they struggle to remember their password, and they put something in randomly and not realizing that they're going to need it again. And then that makes a very difficult process. Working in customer service for Apple and AOL and other companies, I understand that, and it's frustrating. And I had to learn immense patience to help people. A lot of the issues that people have is not getting a confirmation email, and they're waiting for it. And that's why we try to tell people you're not going to get a confirmation email if you have a Yahoo or Google Comcast email. Big tech does not forward emails from Wimkin, and there's nothing they can do. So what we could do is say, oh, okay, well, will you go and sign up for a new email for another company? And here's the list. There's no easy way around this. He's got to have an email so he can give you your account. And there are rules that he has to follow. That basic information must be captured for FCC. And if he doesn't, he gets violations for it, and it can cost his company a lot of money. So he's got to get a name, he's got to get an email, and he has to verify those things. And the reason why is because after January 6th, they started clamping down on these guys, and he has to follow the rules because he's already targeted. So I understand it was frustrating for you, but it's over. You've got an account. So if it worked for you, we will make sure that every dummy gets their account to Wimkin turned on. Okay? I will. I'll make it my personal fucking mission to ensure every person who wants a Wimkin account gets one. Wimkin.com. Okay, great.
Big trouble. But let me tell you what you really do. Some of them are so bad you can't take the chance of sending them out because they'll come back. You lock them up, and it's going to be there for a long time. And when they...
You don't need to get the package on Wimkin, everybody. Just join the free version. You can even download on your phone, and you don't have to have an account, and you can enjoy Wimkin. As far as package price, just don't. Get the free version of Wimkin. It's fine. Continue to watch the show. Continue to support. They're a great supporter of the show. That's pretty much it. And any frustration you hear in my voice certainly isn't at anybody right now. I just, earlier today, I had a couple people talk some real serious shit about Wimkin, and it really pissed me off. And these are people who I care about. So I just want us to be patient, to realize you're not missing anything huge. You haven't had Wimkin in your life since it's been around, and you can wait a day or two, and we will get you in. Okay? All right. Can I play this? Can we stop? Great.
When they know that, you'll see a whole big difference. As you know, here on Long Island, the open borders policies of Kamala Harris, and it were really her policies, that the communist left, I call it the communist left, have been importing MS-13 gang members by the thousands. I don't know what it is about Long Island, but...
Tuner, you're right. I'm not going to disagree with you, but there's no way around it. There's nothing... I'm not disagreeing with you, okay? We're good. Sweet. Let's move on.
Thousands and thousands of gang members out. Do you remember the story? Remember, I came into the presidency, and MS-13 was on my mind because I saw that in Long Island, two beautiful young girls were walking to school. They were 16 years old, and an MS-13 gang of deviants grabbed the girls and sliced them up into pieces, not with guns. They didn't want guns. They killed the two girls. They sliced them into little pieces. And I never forgot that. And then I found out that things like that are happening all over, wherever they are. MS-13, the worst gang anywhere. The only thing good about that is they make our gangs look like very nice people, I want to tell you. These are the worst people. They're animals. And Nancy Pelosi said, you shouldn't call people animals. That's not appropriate. They're animals. That's the philosophy.
Tuner, I don't mind doing it. You'll be amazed at how much I work with people on this show behind the scenes who are just fans. And when I say just fans, I might as well just be saying just the lifeblood of the show. Dude, I am constantly doing customer service for this show. And it makes up like probably 30-40% of my day is just healing hurt feelings and butthurt people, or taking care of merchandise issues or taking care of somebody who's out of money and needs some help and have asked me, hey, can I borrow some money or whatever? Or, hey, Matt, I want to yell at you. Or, hey, Matt, I just want to talk and I need someone to talk to. It doesn't matter, man. I'm here. So how I provide that, I just don't want people to question it. Sure, I may be quick and poignant and just abrupt sometimes, but that's just my character. And with you right now, I know you're not trashing it. I already said that. I'm saying there's people who trash it, and I don't want anyone just being negative about Wimkin because they have such a you don't think they know that? They would have 90 million followers, 100 million followers if it wasn't for big tech not allowing them to email information back and forth. It sucks. It's horrible. It's what Facebook's doing to me. It's why we have to accept donations now for the first time in 4 years. So you're right. Everything you're saying is right. There's just no way around it. So what I'm going to do is talk to Jason and see if Jason can get us a code, like dummies or something. That way, if you put that code in, you don't need an email or you don't need, I don't know. We'll figure out something. But for the people who aren't on this show, I don't know what to tell you, but that's the way it is.
And I said, I got to the White House and I said, they have a lot in Ohio, a lot in every state. And I said, I want MS-13 out of here. They come from various places, a little bit south of Mexico. They come from Mexico too. And I said, what I want.
Thomas, I don't get real-time comments on Wimkin. Olivia does. I mean, Olivia has like 17 windows open and she monitors all of our chat. I don't have time because I have to run the control panel. I don't know if you guys understand this, but this system is like a producer for TV. So I've got to run sound. I've got to run any type of cuts or channel cuts. I got to bring comments in. I'm reading your comments here. I've got the video. I've got multiple windows I'm bringing up. I got phone calls coming in. I mean, so I'm usually doing a lot and Olivia handles all of that. So no, I can see here, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. I get all of those comments. I can't see Wimkin and Rumble. It sucks. And I'll see if I can do something. Maybe put it on an iPad or something.
Bring them out. And a general said, sir, I'm sorry, sir. The countries will not, under any circumstances, allow us to bring them back in. They don't want them anymore, sir. I said, how long has this been going on? Many years during the Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Tori, Jason can't find your account. Did you sign up under something other than Tori, Don Bradley, she can't find you either. You guys have to sign up. You understand? You can't just tell me you're doing that because now I'm embarrassed because Jason's like, these people haven't signed up. So if you tell me you sign up and you didn't sign up, now I'm embarrassing myself. So can you please do me a favor and don't let me know about Wimkin if you're having problems when you haven't even signed up? That's the problem. I'm not chewing anyone out. It's a little embarrassing when I've interrupting him in the middle of his family time to get you guys accounts turned on and you haven't even signed up. Victoria Spillman. Okay, Tori.
Years, sir, under the Barack Hussein Obama administration. It's been going on for years, sir. They won't take them. You know what they did? They would take Honduras, okay? Think of it. They would take planes and they would put them on the runways. They would put the planes, El Salvador, or different countries, some of the roughest gangs. They put big commercial aircraft. So when a plane is going to fly in with...
I'm at the Dumb Show everywhere. Don't unfriend me or at the Dumb Show. You can do a search for me. And that's on Rumble. Don't be sorry. I'm not frustrated with anybody. This is how I talk business.
S-13 killers, you couldn't land the plane. They said, sir, we can't get them back. All of the bus routes are blocked. We can't get the buses in. And when they know a plane is coming, they put planes on the runway. Sir, we won't be able to do it. I said, I think you will. How much money do we pay them for economic development of the dictator's house? How much money do we pay them, General? I'll get back to you, sir. He comes back the next day, sir, we pay them $750 million a year. It's a lot. Let me tell you, it's peanuts compared to some of the money that we pay, but it's a lot of money. I said, inform these countries that under no circumstances are they getting any money anymore. They're not getting any money. They are delinquent. They're not allowing us to bring back people that they forced into our country through caravans. So they informed them, and the next day I get to the Oval Office nice and early, and I get calls from 3 particular countries separately. Sir, there seems to be a problem or a misunderstanding. I said, yeah, there is a misunderstanding. You're not taking your MS-13 people that you sent into our country. You're not taking them back. And I'm going to not give any money to your country forever.
Thank you, Frank. We appreciate the donation, man. It helps. If you guys don't haven't had the chance yet, please, we need your support, and you can do that over at linktapgo.com/thedumbshow. It is really simple to do. You go there, hit PayPal, you hit donate, and you can put in whatever number you want to help out the show. Just remember, anything helps, and we appreciate it. Take care of yourself first. Take care of your family. If you can't give a donation, maybe buy a t-shirt. You can't buy a t-shirt? How about just like it, share it, follow. Go over to Wimkin and sign up. Whatever it takes, help contribute to the show and keep coming back. That's the most important thing.
Never getting 10 cents. And in all cases, they said something to the effect, sir, it is so bad that I didn't know about this. I wish I would have known about it. We would love to take MS-13 back into our country. We love them very much. We will take them back, sir. And that day, that afternoon, we started bringing them out of our country by the thousands and thousands and thousands. And the worst part of the story is, now, I still didn't pay them. I figured. But now they're getting $4 billion a year. Under Biden. Biden said, do it. Maybe she knew about it. I don't want to blame her if she didn't, but $4 billion. You know why? Because he wants them to create a beautiful environment so that they say that that's not going to happen. Okay, the money's going to be stolen all over the place. So instead of $750, it's now at $4 billion. An estimated 75% of arrests in Midtown Manhattan and over 60% of arrests in Queens are now illegal aliens. Congratulations. Congratulations. And you know this. In Queens a few months ago, an illegal alien released by Kamala Harris, she was in charge of the border, approached two 13-year-old children with a machete in broad daylight, forced them into the woods, tied them together by the wrists and raped them, injured them terribly, very badly. You know about it. In the Bronx, another illegal alien that Kamala Harris set loose into our country approached a 36-year-old woman while pretending to ask for directions. Ma'am, he said, I'd like directions to someplace. Before he wrapped his arms around her throat, pinned her down on a park bench, and raped her all night and beat the hell out of her. And you know what she said? Who was there that day, and to all of who is around our country. Union, Local 94, the largest in the city. Thank you, fellas. Incredible people. And in their honor, and I think this is a big deal, because in your honor, I am announcing tonight that as president, I will officially make the Ground Zero site at the World Trade Center a national monument, protected and maintained by the United States government, so that hallowed ground and the memory of those who perished there will be preserved for all time, preserved forever. And you deserve it. A lot of great people. I met them last week. Thank you.
I just want to let you know something, and this is hilarious. We have 65 people on. We have 101 on Twitter, and I've got 5,000 followers. 5,204, and I've got 100 people watching on Twitter. I've got 200,000 followers on Facebook, and I've got 65. Fuck you, Facebook. Fuck you. Fuck you. You make so much money off of me, and I've got 65 followers on Facebook. My number one channel. You guys are pieces of shit. YouTube, 25 people watching on what, 1,200 followers? Wimkin, I've got like 100 or 225 followers, and I don't even know what we're at on Wimkin. I guarantee you it's more than Facebook. I guarantee it. With 200 people, it's more than Facebook. I'll tell you right now. I'm so pissed. Sorry for the language. I'm so pissed. I got 17 people watching and 159 people. So over 10% of the people who follow me are watching. On Twitter, I don't even know. If I've got 5,000, so what is that, 5%? YouTube, it's 3 or 4% of the people. Facebook, it's like 0.0002. Fuck you, Facebook. I am so done with this. I'm so done with Facebook. I can't fucking believe it. It just frustrates me. The amount of money and investment that we put in to build that network on Facebook and how much money they were giving us. They were giving us what, anywhere from 8 to 15,000 a month with what we were bringing in. We were getting hundreds of thousands of interactions every week. We were getting millions, 12, 13 million interactions a month. And they are still getting a shit ton of traffic from us, and they don't pay us a bloody cent. A bloody cent. The last check we got from them was like $2.51. It's not always about the money, folks. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating how they censor conservatives. I can't stand it. Bastards. Bastards. The reason I fast forward that, I didn't want to hear about people being raped. And I know there's people on this show who have no desire to hear that. We know what happened. It's graphic, and we're not going to listen to it, okay?
Thank you. Well, and I met him last week with the ceremony, and it was a beautiful ceremony, and met a lot of fantastic people. The New Yorkers who created the 9/11.
Don Bradley, you are in. Victoria, you're also in. I think everyone is set on Wimkin.
National Memorial.
Oh, there's more than 3 likes on Facebook. We got 107 likes on Facebook. And we'll have over 1,000 comments, but only 60 people watching. It's impossible. Do you understand? To have 107 likes, that has to be 107 different people. But there's only 60 people watching. How the hell do I have 107 likes with 60 people watching? How am I going to have 1,500 comments? How is this thing going to have 30,000 views in the next 3 days, but I only have a total of 69 watching? They throttle it. They throttle it. And what they do is they ensure it gets a lower ranking so it doesn't get boosted. Because once something takes off and it's popular, it'll just go crush city. And once in a while, I beat their algorithm and I get past it. But my live shows, this is the way it's been. I have grown exponentially larger on Twitter. And the thing is that in the last year, I've gained 0 followers on Twitter. But that they interact. It's so fucking, oh, I swear, man, I swear. I just wish that we could all come together, and all conservatives, and do a class action lawsuit, because there has to be fair business practice laws that they're violating, that they are not doing this to other channels. And if you're not doing it to other channels, then what is your criteria to do so? I don't share false information. I don't cuss excessively, which gets me an adult rating. I'm not getting content providers and content advertisers who don't want to do business with me, because they do business with me on Spreaker. They do business with me on Apple. They do business with me on Rumble and YouTube. It's just Facebook. They just have completely stolen every ounce of income that we made and just completely put us in a horrible situation. All right, I'm done whining. I'm whining like a little bitch. There's no doubt I'm being a little bitch tonight, okay? Just my vagina hurts. Let me just go ahead and get some Kleenex and I'll be fine.
Amazing job, didn't they? And many of them are here today, and I want to thank them. And I want to ensure that their outstanding work is sustained forever, and that's what we've done by doing this. So we are just 48 days away from the most important election in American history. The most important. The most. Stand up. Now you can stand up. They didn't put your name down. Turn around. Who is he? Name him. He took care of business, right? It's my man. Good. Boy, I'm glad I didn't forget you. Good guy, good friend of mine for a long time. Whenever I had problems, I'd look at him and they'd say, let's leave Trump alone. Thank you, man. Thank you. We appreciate it. Great gentleman. Kamala Harris is for wide open borders with terrorists and criminals pouring into our country, more inflation, even higher than the last 4 years, which was a record.
Thank you so much, Christine. We appreciate it. I can't believe Facebook. I'm so baffled. 64 people. I haven't seen numbers like that since month 3. It's insane. It's insane how we were popping 250, 300 just like 6 months ago and just going up. And in the election, boom, just gone. Unreal.
She wants to pack the Supreme Court. Think of that one. And today I heard it all. I thought they wanted maybe 11, maybe they wanted 13. That's an unlucky number, so maybe it would be 15 instead of 9. But instead of 9, Kamala wants to bring up potentially as many as 25 justices so that they can rig the system like they rig everything else, including elections. And maybe one of the worst things of all, she is a true believer. And again, I said this before, if you want to defund the police, if you've been there even for a day, in your mind you want to defund the police even for one day, you are not qualified to be the president of the United States. Because anybody who wants to defund the police, we can't have it. We can't have it. It'll go down. It'll go down. We're not going to let our country fail. It's too great. And you know what? If we don't win this election, it's very possible we'll never have another chance. We have to do it. You have to get out.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey, it's amazing. Like I'll go through sometimes and I'll just count the people who comment, and it's well into the 500s or 600s. But overall, total views and viewers, it's just like right now. You can tell everybody, okay, everyone put a thumbs up. If you're watching the show, just put a thumbs up. Watch what's going to happen, Jeff. Just it's at 112 right now. If you just please, let's do a little experiment. Everybody watching the show, even if you hate the show, even if you're a hater, just do us a favor. Just hit the thumbs up button, not the likes. You got to actually like the show. So if you spam likes in it, it doesn't help. You got to go out and hit like on the show. We just got 6. So I just did 10% of our viewers in a matter of like 12 seconds. How do I have 118 and 69 people are watching, and then 10% of them just went out and liked again? Oh, someone just went out who had already liked it, hit again, hitting 123, 124. There's people who have already liked it who are going back out and hitting it. And it just shows you it's broken. It's fucking broken. And it's on purpose.
But Kamala vowed to abolish ICE. She supports free health care for illegal aliens. How about that one? You don't get free health care. These are all things that she was for years. Now, for the last little while, she's saying, no, I don't really think that was right anymore. 15 different things. She wants mass amnesty and citizenship for all illegals, which means totally bankrupting Social Security and Medicare. She wants to put illegal aliens into your Social Security and your Medicare system, which guarantees their bankruptcy. She says we must not utter the words illegal alien again or radical Islamic terrorist again. And think of this, during her 3.5 year, to me this is the worst thing I talk about tonight. It's unbelievable. During her period of 3.5 years, she was in charge of the border.
All right.
She lost more than 325,000 migrant children, many of whom have been trafficked, raped, and many of whom are dead. Many of whom are dead. Think of what that is. That's like they suffered at the end. Bring back the auto industry.
We're gonna wrap this up here. I want to get to the end. I'm sorry. I'm good. I don't want to hear about dead kids. Sorry. And I know it's a reality. And I don't need to be made aware of it. You know what I mean? He's just telling the truth. But see if I can get to the ending here. God darn it. How are these people on TV? I don't understand. Who are these people? Oh, I can't do it. All right, make America great again, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're done.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy.
Amy Stancombe, he's approved. They said, all right, so Jason's in here. Jason's taking care of it. All right, well, listen, I will tell you a couple things. We've got a lot to talk about tomorrow because I didn't know I was going to do the whole Trump rally, but honestly, it's good to do that occasionally and get the perspective. He seems very energized. He's very much back on message, very 2016. The Teamsters Union endorsement is huge. Like, I'm telling you right now, you can do Taylor Swift and every celebrity in Hollywood. It doesn't mean shit. Teamsters Union is massive. It's going to give him 1.6 million people who are going to influence other unions across the United States. And this is a massive win for him. I'm honest with you, man. New York, it may not be in play, but down ticket it is. And we can take the House and the Senate just through New York. This is going to be a massive thing for him. And the fact that it gives permission for people who are liberals to vote. Now, black people have given liberals permission to vote. Hispanics have given liberals permission to vote. And honestly, men are rallying around him like crazy, which are going to give permission for wives to vote. This is very 2016. This is an unbelievable thing. So that's it. Arnold Baker says, indulge me with some Spacebook wisdom. I don't know how to exit and like the show. Would like to support. It's real simple. When I say go to the main page, it's really easy. If you go to the front page of Facebook, where the Don't Unfriend Me show is, you can just scroll down and find the live show and just hit that like button. So when I say outside and inside, you're inside the live show right now. If you're to hit back on your browser or your phone, you're going to go back to the Don't Unfriend Me page and you will see this video and it'll say live. You hit a like button right there. That makes, see, it just shot up a shit ton. Now we're at 130 likes. I'm telling you right now, there is no way that my show is not entertaining. Twitter is a perfect example of it. To have 20% of, or excuse me, to have like overall of the 5,000 people to see 2% of those people, that is a good ratio to proportion. If you can pull 2% of your overall traffic in and watch the show, that's incredible. Wimkin, we're pulling in almost 10%, which is incredible. Rumble, we're pulling in, Rumble gets almost 100 people a night, so that's pulling in almost 10%. Our ratios are great. Our interactions are great. Podcast is incredible. Since I got away from Spreely, my podcast is going back up. We're getting 1,500 downloads a day, which is really good. I think yesterday we had 2,700 interactions with our podcast. So it's just a matter of getting exposure, right? It's a matter, and Facebook is refusing to do it. They're throttling everything from all conservative channels. We're getting killed. So if you could go to Wimkin, if you can go to Twitter, if you can go to Rumble, get over there and follow us. Most importantly, if you can continue to help support the show, that is the trick. Without that, we will not survive. Our show costs a lot of money to put on every single month. Wimkin helps us out. They take care of us. But most importantly, viewers have met every single goal for the last 5 months. 5 months in a row, the viewers continue to fund this show. I love you for it. I appreciate it for it. If you've given, there's people who give every single show, no matter what, like clockwork, every single show. They just constantly give to the show. And there's people who come in here and they go, here's $1,000. Here's $500. And folks, I can't stand people who take money from good people and don't put it to good use. The more we get, the more I work, the harder I work. And I'm already pushing 65, 70 hours a week on this damn thing. That's not including emails and getting back to people on customer service or boxing product or doing interviews on other shows. We are constantly trying to grow. If you look at our news from dumbnews.com, that shit is right on point. The articles we do are predicting things that are coming true. Our election analysis is spot on in this show. We do great work here because we don't make stuff up. We only focus on the facts, and that gets us in trouble with people. People want us to spew the crap. They want us to go ahead and talk about conspiracy theories. For 4 years, we have held true to our standard that we would rather be last than wrong. We would rather be last than wrong. Help us out. Do what you can. Throw us a like. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. Hey, we got a lot of people over on Wimkin tonight. Let's continue to do it. Do me a favor. Head on over to Wimkin and see what you can do. Terrence K. Williams. I know. I love Terrence K. Williams. I have to physically go and find his stuff. Damani. He's my boy. And I got to go find his stuff. Conservative voices are just being crushed. All Lives Matter is someone I don't see anymore. Ryan Samuels I don't see anymore. It's just Facebook is systematically killing us. And the only way we can beat them, I know I could do a share-a-thon. I know I could do those things. I'm saving that for a rainy day. Like there will come a time where I have to come up, maybe. I don't see it happening now because the donations are so incredibly generous. But there will be a time I have to come in here and say, folks, I need you to save the show. We need as much as you can to help us out because we are in a spot where we can no longer go forward. I think those days are past us. I think if the donations continue to keep coming in, and it'll carry us. And we're not asking... Folks, we're not asking for an exuberant amount of money. For the amount of work that we do and what we do, can you imagine if Ben Shapiro would work for what we make? This is an investment. It's an investment into, I've made the $250,000 a year. I've made the $500,000 a year with corporations. Thank you, Joseph. I've made that big money. And I own Apple stock. I have a nice house. I have a great family. We've earned everything we have. And I had to work my ass off to earn that in executive positions in retail. And I've had the luxurious lifestyle. I don't want that. I want a home. I want my kids to be taken care of. I want to be able to keep the lights on and keep driving this show forward. The only way we can do that is with you. That's the only way we can do it is with you. So if you have a chance and you have an opportunity, take care of us, help us out. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. I don't know who just gave that donation. It flew by me so fast. Joseph Hillstrom, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, listen. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciate you watching and listening. Tomorrow, we'll have Olivia on. Thank you for the comment on the article today. I think we did a good job. We love you too, everybody. We appreciate you. I know, Frederick. I know. It's ridiculous. 21 on YouTube, 59 on Facebook, 103 on Twitter. It's crazy. It's crazy that the fact that you can watch Ben Shapiro come on here and he's under sub 1,000 and he's got 2 million followers. Sub 1,000. Benny comes on. I saw Benny on the other day. He was like 780. Benny's got 2 million followers. They are just doing this to all of us. And now they've taken away long form video. So when I put on a 15-minute video, it gets 100 likes. When's the last time you've seen any of my stuff get 100 likes? It's just crazy. But what can we do? It wasn't a great show. This was the Donald Trump show. Donald Trump got all the spotlight tonight, and he deserved it. Remember, Teamsters Union went to Trump. Huge bellwether. This changes everything. New Jersey, remember, it went red. It was moving towards red in 2022. Remember, we took House in Virginia. Remember, Youngkin won this, and is a red governor in Virginia. Remember where New Hampshire with Nikki Haley and the impact that she had, where New Hampshire is actually going to be in play. There is so many positives that this blue wall that's been impenetrable going to the Northeast, it doesn't look very good for the liberals. And the Teamsters Union is a huge bellwether, a huge indicator that there is a shifting tide in the votes. And if the base shows up for Donald Trump, this race is over because there is enough from her side of the camp that have come over to fill the gaps. You heard what I said. If we get that 92 to 93% turnout for Republicans for Donald Trump, this race is over. It'll be too big to steal. So don't forget, bring your friends, bring your family, celebrate these small wins. Trump looks like he's on message. It looks like he's ready to start really picking up his rallies, and that's what it's going to take to turn the tide. Tina Savage says Nate has like 2 million followers and gets a couple 100,000 on his lot. Yeah, that's on YouTube. That's because it's YouTube. I can't grow on YouTube. YouTube blacked my account. They destroyed my first account, and I can't grow on YouTube. People, how many times do you see people all the time say, "Hey, how do you How is this show not huge? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I do know that there's people out there busting their ass, like Amy and Mel and Christine and Glenn and Kevin and Maureen and God, everybody helps. Everybody helps. Kevin is out there busting his ass. Violet's busting her ass. Victoria's busting. Everybody's out there busting their ass for this show and trying to make it as best and as strong as it can be. And I can't do anything but say thank you. All right, we'll talk tomorrow. I got a lot to do. I got a show to do in the morning. I got a new mic. I'm excited. I got a white mic. And I'm going to probably either go on my patio. And I've been doing a lot of these things in my living room and kitchen and stuff. I think I'm going to continue to do those. Make this show this room. This is the Don't Unfriend Me lair. But the recorded shows, I think people are liking it when it's a little simpler. Got a new mic I want to try out. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. New show. Have some news and everything else. God bless. Thanks for taking care of us. Watch this. We're going out like we always do with Wimkin, and then we are going to do Veteran Crisis Hotline and closing. Thank you. What's going on, everybody? Matthew Spear. What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. I want to talk to you about Wimkin.com. Now, Jason Shepard and the Wimkin team came into my life about a year and a half ago. They were saying that it's not a Twitter knockoff, that it's just like Facebook, it's fully encrypted, completely safe, and your privacy is paramount. You can live stream. It's Loretta, thank you, and everyone else I missed. I know there's a lot of people who share, so thank you all. It took a little time, I'm not going to lie. I wanted to make sure that this was the right company, and it took me a little bit to research and take part in the network, and I will tell you that I am 100% right behind Wimkin. Jason Shepard has created an amazing network where people who are sick and tired of being censored and pushed around by big tech. This doesn't happen on Wimkin. He protects your privacy, and he's willing to stand up to the government and anyone who tries to get it. He's already done it once. It doesn't make him very popular, and that's why he needs shows like us and people like you to support him, to get behind him, and to ensure that the most important thing that we all possess is the right to freedom of speech and to share our voices across this great country. Join Wimkin over at Wimkin.com today. What's going on, everybody? Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. I am proud to announce that the Documents of Freedom are back in stock. It's a 3-book collection, leather-bound, by Arcadia Publishing. Starts out with the Bill of Rights, and it's the complete edition of the rights, so you can look up and reference anything your heart desires. Declaration of Independence with revisions and founder images included, beautifully illustrated. And last but not least, what would Documents of Freedom be without the Constitution of the United States of America in its entirety? The box is handmade by PFC Flags, custom engraving, all 100% made in the USA from the nails to the glue. And we have a 5-star rating, satisfaction guaranteed, 150 sold 5 stars or better. It is so important, especially in today's society, to ensure that the younger generation has these books available in the future. Get them for your family and friends, available right now. Head on over to thedumshow.com/
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.